Tomorrow night, President Donald Trump will mark the first 100 days of his second term. He's holding a rally in Michigan. His message, promises made, promises kept. But new CBS News polling suggests support for the president and his agenda is slipping. In February, Americans gave him a 53% approval rating. That number now down to 45%. And on immigration, Americans are split, with 49% approving of the president's handling of immigration and 51% disapproving overall. On the administration's program to deport immigrants illegally in the U.S., 56% approve, but a large majority say the mistaken detentions and deportations of U.S. citizens are unacceptable. But the White House is doubling down on all this, on the justification for those deportations. It's going so far as to put up posters of arrested, undocumented migrants it labels as criminals in the White House North Lawn. And at today's White House briefing, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, was asked about the deportation of 3 children who are all U.S. citizens with their undocumented mothers. Here's what he had to say.
This administration is doing the right thing. Every public safety threat we arrest in this country and move them, this country is much safer. So parents will make a decision what happens to their child. Having a U.S. citizen child does not make you immune from our laws.
All right, let's bring in CBS News political reporter Zak Hudak. Zak, what else was said in that briefing?
Liz, that briefing served in large part, as you sort of framed it, as a rebuttal to the polling numbers that Donald Trump has seen in recent days. And it's to try to set the tone for this 100-day mark that he's going to reach in this second term tomorrow. What we saw was Tom Homan, the top border aide, really doubling down and saying that they have decreased border crossings by 95%. By building more sections of the border wall, by having stricter deterrent policies, and having people waiting for asylum wait for a decision in Mexico rather than the United States. And then also, we had Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt really praising the policy that the administration has had to view certain gangs, TDA and MS-13, as foreign terror groups so that their members, their alleged members, can be deported under the Alien Enemies Act. That's something that has also brought the administration some pressure because of the arrangement where many of those folks are being sent to a prison in El Salvador, and there have been accusations that some of the wrong folks have been sent there. But this is very much the administration trying to set the record from their point of view that they've been successful on immigration, for these first 100 days.
Well, speaking of immigration, Zach, President Trump is set to sign even more executive orders on immigration today. What do we know about those?
We know that one will direct Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, and Kristi Noem, the head of DHS, to create a list of cities that have sanctuary city policies that do not comply with federal laws and help and allow folks here illegally to remain in their cities. We don't know yet what the administration will do with that list, but we can certainly imagine. But that's something that President Trump has focused on since he was first the candidate in 2016. He has really come out against these cities that tend to typically have liberal mayors and attack them. The other order, we don't know exactly what it'll be, but the White House says that it will strengthen and unleash America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. So we'll find out later today what's in store for that order.
Yeah, we'll be watching. Zak Hudak, thank you so much.